You're watching this video because there's somebody in your life that makes you feel bad. They try to control you, they try to tell you what to do, they try to make you feel bad, they scream at you, they don't let you say your 2 cents, you're always wrong, they lie to you, they manipulate you. Whatever tactics these controlling, toxic people do, you know one. Otherwise, why would you be watching this video? Or maybe just for fun. But everybody knows one. It's that person that's wound up the tightest, that is so that most people don't want to be around, and they're stepping on eggshells, and it's like, oh, let's just keep that person happy, because when they don't get what they want, everyone feels it. You're like, why is that person so awful? Here's why. I just had a realization. Because they are external people. And what I mean by that is, healthy people can be a little more reflective, can grow and kind of internalize things. And a healthy person believes, I know what I believe, I know what my opinions are, I know what's best for me, but I don't know what's best for you. I'm not going to tell you what to do or fix you. The external person is right. Similarly, they believe they're right, they know they're right, but instead of saying, for me, I know what's right for me, they just know they're right. Thusly, you're wrong. You're wrong, I'm right, and in order for me to be right, you have to be wrong. And that's the core fundamental, and that's what leads to all these tactics and manipulative behaviors. They have to prove you're wrong to make their reality steady and stable. It's not healthy, because if your reality is based on you having to be correct for other people, then it gets toxic. That's the person you don't want to be around. And most people will enable the toxic person, because like I just said, when you stand up to them, when you speak your mind, when you do the healthy thing, they don't like that. And they prevent you from doing it to begin with, because they make you emotional, they make you feel guilty, they lower your self-confidence so that you don't usually get to the point where you can, be honest with them and say your perspective. And so, a lot of them have a lot of enablers. Whatever, just let them be. And they don't get to feel the repercussions of being stood up to. So it works. They cry and they get what they want. They scream until they get what they want, and it works. That's why a control freak needs an enabler. And it's so powerful, their need to keep enablers around. Because, like I said, probably not a lot of people want to be with them, around them. So they know, all right, well, I have a family, and, so I have to make sure they stick around. So instead of just being healthy, they use these tactics that are basically all, I'm not going to go into details, but they're all meant to lower your self-confidence. Guilty. Basically, they rattle you up, they put you in fight or flight mode, so you either just want to get out of this uncomfortable situation and give in, or just walk away, or just let them have it, or you want to fight back. So you scream at them and you go to their level, and then you don't look any better because you're just doing what they're doing. And it's like, yeah, but I'm just doing it because you did it. And you put me to that level. Doesn't matter, you already did it. They already win. Just like in a debate, when a person in a debate gets emotional, they lose. You're like, okay, that makes sense. They have to win the argument because they have to be right. Okay. So then why do they also seemingly just make you feel bad? Like if you discuss goals with them, I want to get a better job, I think I'm going to go for a raise. They go like, no, with your experience, are you sure you can get that? Are you worth that? And it's like, why are you doing that? Because there's a healthy way to say, if someone was talking to me and they said, I think I'm going to ask for a $10 raise, and I thought, that's a little high, you know, there's a healthy way to say, yeah, I think maybe I would ask for like 5 or 6, I don't know, whatever you think they'll give you. Like, there's a healthy way to be straightforward but not be negative. But you know what I'm talking about, and there's a difference when somebody's just like, you're like, that's just you bringing me down on purpose. There's no functionality for that. You're not trying to just give some advice and help me. You're just bringing me down. So why would a toxic person do that? I mean, that doesn't help them win a debate. It doesn't help make them any more right. But the reason is, like I said, they're probably kind of scared to lose the power over you. They have a few people in their lives, and to control someone, you need to have all the answers. You know, this fucking bug here. So kids want to make the acceptance of their parents. They want to make them proud. And so they seek the acceptance, seek the approval. And a healthy person just wants you to succeed and give you the knowledge they have to grow and shine and do what you want. Toxic person, though they'll say that, they want you to keep wanting their acceptance, their approval, to keep coming back. So how do they make sure that happens? They become the I told you so guy or girl. They always, not always, but they're always saying, you can't do that. Oh, you sure you can get that? Oh, you're going to hurt yourself. Careful. Stop. And then when eventually, of course, something happens and they go, yeah, see, I mean, you probably shouldn't have tried to get the other job. Now you're kind of like screwed. And it's like, oh, but I'm here for you. I mean, I was right, of course. And that gives them the power over you. Because when you feel bad, when you lower your self-confidence and your self-esteem, you're not making healthy choices for you, you make choices for other people that benefit them. You give them the power. So sometimes, you know, if they're wrong, they go, oh, I guess you proved me wrong, like it's no big deal. But they're just laying all the seeds, all the groundwork for you to fail and then to need them again. Isn't that sick? It's twisted. And they might not be aware of, you know, their tactics, that they're screaming. They might not be aware of their tactics. They might not be aware that they're trying to lower your self-esteem. But they also might be. I think most are unaware. It's just the only child syndrome. They always got what they wanted. It's just what works. And they always have to be right. It's just developed in them, and they develop these tactics. Oh, it works when I do this. When I scream at them, then they can't attack me. When I, whatever it is, there's a million. So don't waste too much time wondering if they're aware or not, because they're probably going to lie. Again, there's both. Some are aware they're doing it and some are not. Obviously, if somebody's aware that they're tactically lowering your self-esteem to gain power over you, it's worse, obviously. It's like, so you knew you were doing this and you're still doing it? If they're unaware, it's like, all right, you should have realized you were hurting me and done the work on your own, but it's a little less bad, I guess. So anyway, it's a subtle thing. They're external. And it's subtle because you're the same. You think you're right, they think they're right. But basically see if they're breaking the universal rule of thinking they know what you should do better than you do. And if the answer seems like yes, then they're toxic. Ask yourself too, because I'm toxic. I mean, sometimes you're a control freak, and to a smaller extent, and you don't really know, and it's like, oh yeah, I could do some work.